Good afternoon. I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro-Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the... We'll start today with an invocation, which will be with Lynn Tucker.
I'm going to keep this very short. All we have to do is look outside and remember why we all live in the Pacific Northwest. It's days like this that are just beautiful, and I don't think many other places get this kind of stuff. And to look around and see all of the members that are here, all of our guests that are here, all of the wonderful students that are going to be getting awarded today. This is just a good place to be. Thank you all for being here, and amen.
All right, so next is Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and I was just about to get ahead of myself. So each student received a keychain today, and on each of the keychains is our four-way test. And this is really important to Rotarians, and now we're going to recite it. So is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And today's song is with Jeff McCann.
Hey, everybody. So in honor of the seniors that are about to become alumni, I thought we'd sing the Sedro-Woolley alma mater. So if you know it, sing it. If not, go ahead and hum along. So here beside the Skagit River stands the royal alma, glorious to behold. Hail to thee, O Sedro-Woolley, blue and white, all hail. Hail to thee, O Sedro-Woolley.
All right. And everyone can be seated now. Everyone can be seated. All right, besides our anniversaries and our students, do we have any guests of Rotarians today? All right, do we have any visiting Rotarians today? All right, I see Pat. Can someone run a microphone? Someone, anyone? Perfect. All right, let's move on to club business. This has been a really busy month, and I'm grateful that we're on the tail end of it. We had the auction earlier this month and then the Epic Day of Service, and it was boom, boom, 2 weekends in a row. I wanted to give special thanks to everyone who showed up and helped with both of those events, especially to those who showed up this past Saturday and helped at Helping Hands. We had, between children of Rotarians and Rotarians themselves from our club, we had 27 people represented from here. So I really appreciate that, and give yourselves a round of applause for that. Coolers. We are missing some coolers from the auction. I was in the kitchen dumping coffee, and I overheard the caterer say they needed to go get coolers, but I thought they said they weren't going to worry about it. Carl. A few were loaded, but not all of them. So we're missing one, I think. So if anyone has any idea, and then Josh, if there's any chance you can check in with LaConnor and make sure they didn't accidentally grab it, that would be great. So that way we can make sure we have all 4 of those for our events in the future. So 6 were taken. So we're missing. Okay, so we're missing 2. Okay. All right. And if you have been reading the emails, you know, photos, I really need those for the booklet, but here's the catch. I know I've been saying for a few years that the photos that have been in the book for 20 plus years need to be changed. They really do have to be changed now because the format is no longer compatible with my InDesign program. That's how old some of the photos are. So I love you all, but you are no longer in your 30s, 40s, 50s. So perhaps meet me back by the brick afterwards and we'll take some new photos. And I'm specifically looking at some of you. You know who you are. All right. And if you don't want to take it this week because you want gussied up and you want to wear a collared shirt, it's fine. Meet me the first week in June and we'll take it at that meeting. Okay. Installation signups. Lynn is sending around a sheet of paper. You should be seeing it. There is your name, your spouse's, or another person's name to be signed up. And if you have any special dietary needs, just say yes or no. And then we'll make sure that Becky checks in with you and make sure that we can accommodate that. All right, now we have Keith Sorsted for the anniversaries this month.
We have actually 6 anniversaries that we're going to recognize, of which 2 are here with their wonderful spouse. Why don't we start right over here with Pat Eason and his wife, Rochelle. Pat, if you could hand that to Rochelle or Pat, and then you could present it to your lovely wife. So, Pat, you know, with anniversaries comes a little bit of dialogue on your part. You know, tell us maybe how you met, your children, your sparking days, whatever you want to say.
Keep it clean. We have children.
I have 6 of them, so thank you. We figured that out eventually. This is my wife, Rochelle. We'll be celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary next week. We met in law school. I had just finished up my first year and had barely survived and was working at the law library. Rochelle came in to get a job there as well and found out that not only was she still finishing up her undergrad degree from the previous quarter, but she was signed up for a criminal law class at the law school that summer. And so we started dating a couple years later, and I've been just trying to keep up with her ever since. We do have 6 children together and found out a couple weeks ago we're expecting our first grandbaby later this fall.
Hey.
Thanks so much. Back here in the corner, we have Teak and Ann Martin. They were not going to be here last Thursday. I got a hold of them and they said, nope, not going to be there. And then when we changed the meeting till today, Teak says, yes, we will be there. So Teak, you get a chance to tell us about your sparking days.
Thank you. Yeah, this is my lovely wife, Ann. We've been married for 49 years next week. And we met where all hearts meet in the coronary care unit of the hospital. We have 3 kids. Oldest is a oncologist at Stanford, second a nurse in the Phoenix area, and third a firefighter for Seattle and commissioner of Clear Lake Fire Department. And 7 grandkids, with the oldest will be in his senior year. So lots of grandkids to keep up with now. Thank you.
Thank you. Ann, do you want a rebuttal on any of that? No? All right. Good deal. All right. Well, Lynn thought he would hide from any recognition here today. Lynn and his lovely wife, Carla. Lynn said that his wife would not be able to make it, but I said, well, we'll bring you a rose, and then you can present that rose to your lovely wife.
Will do. It'll be our 39th anniversary here at the end of the month. I got married a week before my 20th birthday. So, but I always say I married early and I married well. I'm not sure my wife can say the same, but I made out on this deal, and Sugar Mama is at work. So.
We have an honorary member, Avery Martin. Avery and Lisa were married on May 15th. They're and I are here today. Todd Wright. I did not see him walk in. Is Todd here? He thought he would be here. So let's see. So we Todd, Lynn, Teak, Daryl, and Betty Heisler, May 19th. Daryl said he was not able to be here today. So we have one rose, and Louis good. All right, Louis, get out your wallet, big guy. You need it. All right. Thank you very much for stepping up to the plate, Louis. Hey, even though it's not your anniversary, Joanne, I'll tell you what, hang on to this guy. Now, some of the new members are not in the handbook. Oh, thank you very much. Are not in the handbook. And if any of you who are new members that aren't in the book are celebrating a anniversary this month, please stand up so you can be recognized. Seeing none, I think we got it pretty well covered.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Keith, for filling in, and we really appreciate it. All right. The only other announcement I have before we move on to the scholarship recipients is Joellen can be here today, and she wanted me to make sure everyone knows that the Memorial Day celebration will be Monday at 11 a.m. at the Sedro-Woolley Cemetery. So if you get a chance to attend, I've attended several times. It's beautiful, and you will not regret it. It's a pretty moving ceremony for those who've made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. So 11 a.m. Monday. All right. I'd like to invite do we have other announcements? Apparently, Mr. Schmidt. Oh, okay. I thought Mike was taking it off your hands. Okay. And Carl. I was going to do that after the scholarship presentation. Okay. All right. So Jeff McCann, if you'll come forward and we'll recognize our scholarship recipients.
All right. Well, I didn't write anything down, so I'm just going to wing it. So I just want you to what is it? 31 years ago, I was here receiving a $1,000 Rotary scholarship, which paid for my first quarter's tuition at the University of Washington. So the scholarship now we're giving out a little more than that, but just anybody else, any of the Rotarians, the recipients of a scholarship from the club at any point? Yeah. So as you can see, it's an opportunity that you can go off, get your education if you want to come back and give back to the community. So our scholarship is funded in two ways. The first, and the way we get most of it, is through our auction, which just happened last weekend. And the other is through the Great Sedro-Woolley Foot Race. So this summer, if you're around on the 4th of July and you want to give back a little bit, go ahead and sign up, and it's go 2 miles or 5.17. And it's also a good way to give up, but you're not here to listen to me talk. So can all of the scholarship applicants please come and line up here so we can recognize you properly? All right. So now that you're all here, can all of your guests please stand up, because nobody gets to this point without the effort of all of you guys. So hopefully this will help with your pocketbooks as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start by just handing this off. Congratulations, you chose to stand next to me, so you get to go first. If you could just introduce yourself and who's with you and what you plan to do next year, and then just pass it on down the line.
I'm Micah. I'm here with my dad, Ken. And next year I'm going to the University of Washington to study biology and do the Air Force ROTC.
My name is Mason Rique. I'm joined by my mom, Amy, my grandma, Joanne, and then the two Rotarians, Louis and Joss, that you guys all know. And then I will be attending Gonzaga University to study criminology, and I will be on their pre-law track. So I'm excited.
I'm Parker Bull. I came here with my mom. I'm gonna go to Wazoo for mechanical engineering. Thank you.
I'm AJ. I'm joined by my mom. It's also her birthday, and I'm going to I'm going to Western Washington University to study manufacturing engineering.
Hi, I'm Jonah. I'm here with my mom and dad, Eric and Rachel, and I'm going to be studying physics and philosophy at St. Olaf College.
My name is Anthony Pena. I came with my mom, my dad, and my little brother. I will be attending Central Washington to study to be a teacher.
My name is Colson Johns. I'm here with my mom. I will be going to Western Washington University to study kinesiology and run track.
My name's Abby Gardner. I'm here with my dad, Jerry. I'm going to Wazoo and I'll be studying business operations with a sports concentration.
My name's Kirsten Hendrickson. And I'm here with my mom, Missy, my dad, Danny. And next year, I'm going to be going to Northwest University to study nursing and play soccer.
My name's Samantha Jefferson. I'm here with my mom, Christina, and I'm going to UW to study architecture.
Hi, my name is Kylie. I'm here with my mom, Amy Gustafson, and I'm going to Skagit next year to do multimedia.
My name is Hallie. I'm here with my mom, Jamie. Next year, I will be attending the University of Arizona to study nursing.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm here with my mom, Ruth, and my dad, Vince. Next year, I'm going to go to Skagit Valley University and then transfer to Western Washington to study elementary education.
My name is Carla. I'm here with my mom, Anayi. I will be going to UW to study visual communication design.
And I know we at least were missing one, so hopefully you can have your son come to a future meeting, okay? So anyway, congratulations. We look forward to seeing how successful you guys are all going to be. And if you do find your way coming back to town, please consider joining the club because it's a great place to have fellowship and get back to the community. But congratulations to everybody once again.
Go ahead and sit down.
So I know we're missing several students. At least one besides Dylan is traveling to the state softball tournament, and she sent me a little thank you card. But maybe we can have the students who missed today attend a meeting in June, and that way they still get the privilege of standing up here and having to talk on a microphone, which is a little terrifying, right? So I only have 4 more meetings to talk in front of the microphone, and you have no idea how happy I am that I only have 4 more meetings. So, all right, we have a raffle now.
Yes, we do. I asked Brian if he wanted to be the microphone guy, and he said, no, I'll just hit the on-off button here. So for those of you that are 21 and older, we have some White Claw, some wine, and a Coors Light Tall Boy 6-pack down there. So, or you can spin the wheel. First number is number 18. Peyton Manning, number 18. Congratulations, Eric. We have number 13, lucky number 13.
Oh, that's me.
What's going on here? It's rigged today. Nobody trusts the wheel today. Number 38, 38. What in the world is going on? The head table is lucky today. 3, 4, 4. They feeling it? $25 to Skagit Farmer Supply. Nice one. One more. Number 65. 65, class of 65, Mom, right? Why don't you have your grandson spin it?
Mason,
Or you can
you
take
better
the beer.
spin that wheel well. Yeah.
Whoa, $10 cash. Nice one. All right, that's it.
All right. Now we have our Sergeant at Arms, Carl Garrison.
You, Madam President. Well, just for you students, we go around and we have fun and we fine each other, and the fines that we generate pay for the club, the operation of the club. So when we donate at our Rotary auction every year, those funds go entirely plus interest to our service projects. So we can say we have 100% plus return on investment if you donate at our auction. And so that's really great, because nobody likes a charity that has 10% goes to the actual cause and 90% goes to, the operations. So I feel a lot of love in this room today, and I'm sure you want to give so that our club remains running. Now, you students and parents don't have to give, but the Rotarians do. And we're not going to ask silly questions that nobody can answer. We're just going to give you information, and you're going to pay out of the generosity of your heart, because you need to know this information. It's all about Rotary. And for you visitors, this will be informational, because this is not something you hear every day. So for this table feels a couple dollars of love apiece, I'm sure, to know that one of the, I'm on the International Service Committee, and so we're going to learn a little bit about international service today and what Rotary does for that. So the first thing I want to teach you is Arch Klump. He was the founder of the Rotary Foundation. And he's called the father of the Rotary Foundation, actually. And he was a founding member of the Rotary Club of Cleveland, Ohio in 1911. Now, the person that started Rotary was Paul Harris, and he started in 1905. But by 1913, it was a regular thing, and they were doing some really good stuff. So they created a foundation so that they could do some planned giving. And I need some help picking up here. Thank you, Chief Tucker, retired. That would be great. All right, so this table, I'm sure, is going to love to hear about this next bit of news for a couple bucks. One of the projects, we have several projects to talk about that Rotary has done recently internationally for the good of mankind. And this one happened in Brazil. And Rotarians worked with the hospital regional center in Brazil to determine the best approach, and provided equipment for hospitals at the neonatal clinic. And they provided parental care and breastfeeding workshops for pregnant adolescents. And this project was $172,500 donated to that cause, and helped a lot of young women help nurture their babies in Brazil. Now, isn't that a good thing that Rotary does? You guys, I know you're happy about that. Thank you. All right. So this next one is in Uganda. So Rotarians from around the world, like our club, we have been to Burkina Faso, Africa. We've been to several times to Guatemala and Honduras. Well, here's a club in Japan that worked with the group in Uganda, and they did screening and so the facility collects, screens, processes, and distributes milk to premature and sick newborns and to well babies whose mothers cannot provide their own breast milk. That's in Uganda. So yeah, isn't that good? So you students, you may or may not have ever been exposed to this, but when you go to Africa, you see kids around and they have distended bellies because they don't get enough protein in their life, and their mothers have malnutrition needs because they're just not getting fed well. And so this is a great project that the folks in Japan did to help struggling families in Uganda. Now, you guys, I'm sure, feel the love for a couple bucks. This next project, the Rotary Club of Manhattan Beach, California, they worked with this project sponsors, let's see here. It's a Guatemalan organization focused on preventing crime and violence to train students in 4 municipalities around Guatemala City on techniques for deflecting aggressiveness, strengthening leadership, making decisions, and serving their communities. Now, if anybody been to Guatemala City, I know Teak and I have, yeah. There's bars on all the windows there. It's a very formerly violent place. And so Rotarians from California were making it a safer place. I think that's pretty cool. All right. This table, I can feel the love. Maybe you guys would even give $3 if you really like it. This grant was to supply new water tanks, pipes, filters, and faucets to 19 schools in Lebanon. And the partnering club was from North Carolina, United States. Isn't that pretty cool? I'm a water guy. I think that's worth $3. Thank you. Okay, now this table, aren't we just thrilled with what we're learning today? It's just, this is amazing. Yeah, so the Rotary Club, let's see, of Los Angeles, California. They partnered with the village of Leticia, and that is in Colombia. And they proposed to project, a project to provide bathrooms, including toilets, showers, sinks, and a septic tank to 25 villages and 75 homes. And if you know anything about Colombia, they have been in, I mean, they're in trouble. I mean, they got all that unrest down there with their neighbor Venezuela, and they have had scads of people coming into their country. So I'm sure this was way overdue to get some help on their water, sanitation, and hygiene. That's a water, sanitation, and hygiene project. That's worth $3, I think. Yeah, good job, guys. And you know, Louis, you did such a good job today of buying that rose for your wife. You know, we'll just charge it only $2 for this next bit of information. Amy, you can pay $1 too, because your husband can pay. Gosh, pay for a couple of bucks for your wife. Yeah, that's okay. We need the money. All right, so this next one, and you'll notice this international theme, it goes all over the world, all right? So the Rotary Club from Rajshahi, Bangladesh, all right, was hosted by a Rotary Club from Adana, Turkey, and they worked, the Rotarians provided breast models that health workers use to explain health effects of breast cancer and to demonstrate how women can detect signs of the disease. Rotarians and Public Health Directorate worked together to organize breast cancer awareness events in 15 districts of Adana, the city in southern Turkey. I think that's pretty cool. That's worth a couple bucks. Thank you. All right. Now the next one will be for, I guess, my table. And I'm feeling the love. I know that I want to pay $3. So you guys can too. No, but you can. Matter of fact, you probably could pay 20 at least because you really love, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Good. See, I like it. And you know, she's so grateful for you students. She pays for extra for you guys all the time. And I know she will today. It's just awesome. I'm going to try to speed this up because it's getting long. All right. Okay, so this next one was a vocational training team. We used to, so Rotarians can have talent and skill, can organize in a team and go teach other people. And so we did a medical treatment or a medical care team went to Okamoto Hospital in the Hyogo Prefecture of Japan and helped teach their physicians and so forth current methods. And that was all done through Rotary. So that's worth some bucks. Thank you. I'll pay some more. And you guys online, you guys can pay $3 because you're not here. And we really love having you look in. Thank you. Happy bucks.
All right, I'll go first. So I have 25 happy bucks for the class of 2025, right? You get it? So we have 2 that are graduating in the class of 2025. We have Mason, of course, who you've all met. And then we have Madeline from Pacific Lutheran University tomorrow. So she's going to be an elementary ed teacher. So especially happy for this class this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. That's great. That's a great spirit. I love it. Jeff's happy.
Yeah, I'm happy because I kind of forgot to thank my committee who did a lot of work to help this happen. But so shout out to all of my committee members and Aldi too, who's also on the committee. Anyway, so $20 to say thank you to my committee.
Thank you. All right. David's happy.
So I told the students this morning on July 22nd, 1982, the day after my dad died, after their regular Rotary meeting, a delegation from our club reached out to my family to honor the legacy and memory of my dad, who was a Rotarian and principal of Sedro-Woolley High School for 19 years. And here we are 43 years later. Mrs. Carlton and I spent the morning talking to these men and women, young men and women, and I'm just blown away. We're blown away. You are all so incredible. Congratulations on your amazing achievements. And parents, you've done a wonderful, incredible job raising your children. And Carrie and I are so buoyed and excited about the future and what you're all going to do. So Jeff said, come on back and join our club and be an active member in the community. And if not, join the Rotary Club in your community. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Also, Blake and Victoria's wedding was incredible in Virginia. We're so excited for this wonderful, happy couple. So that's it.
All right. Thank you, David. Dr. Cheek is up next.
Thank you, Carl. I have a happy 20 for the contribution of this club to international projects. So we have our own village, Carasolita 2, outside of Copan Ruinas, Honduras. And we help the school teacher, the kids with backpacks and uniforms every year, and school supplies, a mobile library. They get to read new books every quarter. And it's available to any of you to go down to Honduras sometime with me for a week or two and give out the supplies and see what's happening in all these small villages that we benefit through the International Project Reliance that has 13 Rotary clubs now in Western Washington and Canada.
Hey, thank you. All right, we have a law update from Pat.
I have a happy 26, 25 for our wedding anniversary, and 1 for grandbaby on the way.
All right, Louis. And then we got Carrie, and we got to move along.
I got another 5 here. And when I
got any left?
No, I'd be more too. When Grandma Requay got the flowers, she said, We'll take that to Madeline, who's graduating from PLU tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Thank you, Carl. You didn't really talk about what we do as a Rotary. Like what have the recent projects been that we've done that made an impact on the community? Can you share just a few?
The international theme today, you weren't paying attention. Pay some more, will you? Come on. No, we adore you, and you guys are awesome. Good luck in your future, and that mechanical engineer, wherever. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
All right. No, but like we did the train that's at Janicki Fields. That park was built by Sedro-Woolley Rotary, Riverfront Park, the amphitheater. I mean, there's just when you look around, there's touch points. The skate park.
Skate room at the high school. Like
Yeah,
wrestling room.
there's just, and so I implore our students, wherever you go, get involved with the Rotary Club and give back to the community where you're at, because it makes a huge difference for the youth and for everyone. Okay, and then I have a happy 50. So I'm paying up. And I don't have any cash, right? Who carries cash? It's Apple Pay, Venmo, anyway, for the students. And I have to tell you, if you hear their stories and where they're headed, like it's incredible. And towards the end, I started to tear up and I'm like, I need tissue because I'm not going to make it through the rest of these. So, yes, hats off to the parents and your grandparents and your aunts and uncles, and you're paving the way. And so I don't have to worry about our world because I know what a difference you're going to make. And it's pretty special. So thank you to Sedro-Woolley community and Sedro-Woolley Rotary. We have 2 former superintendents. We have board members here, Mark Venn and Phil Brockman, who led the way. And now we have Brian Isaacson leading us as interim. And we have Danny Russell and Eric Johnson and Michelle Mosier, just incredible individuals that are helping at the district level make all this happen for the high school. So I can't say enough good things, and thank you, David. Today was really special. So thank you.
Yeah. And that does it. And a final shout out to the Rotarians we got one more. Shout out to the Rotarians that reviewed all those scholarships. That is a monumental job.
Carl Prime, how are you? So just to build off of what Carrie was talking about, on August 16th, that's the 16th of August, that's in 8 weeks, it's the 16th of August, the annual Sedro-Woolley Skateboard Challenge is happening at the skateboard park, in which this club donated over $50,000 in all the time and help with materials to build. City contributed $25,000, and also the Tony Hawk skateboard project kicked in too. So this is an extension now from 2012 to 2025 of still being a fantastic resource for getting families together for a free event where people can come together as a community and enjoy each other's talents. And also there'll be a subsequent free clinic day on skateboarding the following week based upon the motivation and drive we hope to see from folks that will become interested. And we're going to keep this going. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just about to invite our students and their parents to go ahead and feel free to leave early. But before I do, I'm going to take some presidential privilege here. Some of you seniors, I have literally known since you were in diapers. I have coached your soccer team or been your soccer team mom. I have been privileged to help out in your kindergarten class or in your 6th grade class. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you in my home over the years and to see you all grow up. This is by far and away one of the best classes, I believe, and I'm biased, but I do, that we've ever had at this high school. This class was the freshman class after COVID. That was the first year of kind of semi-normalcy that these kids brought in. but they didn't just come back in and they weren't quiet. They were great leaders in our school, and they have brought back the spirit of how it was pre-COVID. And I think we owe them a lot as a community because, God, you should just see their energy and everything, the talent that this class brings to homecoming, in the stands at the games. Like, they just bring it, and they bring it loud. And I'm just really privileged to be one of the moms and to get to see the kids that held my daughter's hand as she was too shy to go on the soccer field, to her best friend who is going to be on the stage with her as one of the other valedictorians. So I'm really, really just honored to have these kids here today. And I'm so happy that you've been part of my daughter's life as she's grown up. And I really, truly hope you do come back to Sedro-Woolley and become part of our Rotary family or another service club's family. So thank you. And I know some of you have class to get back to, or you can just, stay and hang out. It's fine. I promise Mrs. Carlton won't tell on you. Yeah. All right. We are quickly running out of time, so we're going to have a condensed version of Kris's program about the summer concert series, and we'll give her more time later on this year.
I can make it pretty quick. Huh? You can't walk around with this? You're just messing with me because I'm tired. All right. Well, I actually did had a different presentation today, but I quickly put together something else in the middle of the night so that we can focus on our amazing scholarship recipients. So I'm just going to give you guys a real quick recap. It's been 10 years now since I've been putting this together. So I got some great memories and some recognitions, and we'll just go through these kind of real fast. Wait, you said I had a clicker. Look at that. So yeah, this is our 10th year. It's actually officially our 13th, but I didn't do the first year, and we got shut down for COVID for 2. So this is, I guess, my 10-year anniversary running the show. All right. I just kind of like this. Don't count the years, count the memories. These are really the only pictures that I can find of the construction of the amphitheater. One of the things I do want to do this year is I want to set up a little booth, a table, something showing any kind of articles, any photos, any kind of construction just dedicated to the Rotary Club and all the work that they've done on Riverfront Park. So please, if you have anything, you can email me, you can provide me. If you got links to articles, please do that. Oh, and then this was, I can't really see the date. I think it was January 29th, 2008 was the day of the opening ceremony, the party that we had. And very first band ever playing on that stage was the Joe Coleman Band featuring yours truly. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through them. First year, 2015, all the bands up there were bands that I currently had played with. I think that's kind of why I got suckered into the job. So I'm just going to kind of roll through it. Penny Stinkers, Scratch Daddy, The Walrus, Troy Fair, and you will see pictures of my kid growing up through this. So there's the first year that we did, 2015. Well, second year, started in 2014. Started off with a couple of food vendors, face painting. We had the Bellingham Balloon Fairies, which was always fun. A couple of circus performers, pretty small. The size of the crowd right there, I'd probably say about 50 people. 2016, still didn't really have a lot of food vendors. You can see the crowd's definitely growing. A couple of other great bands. This is the first, we have, let's see, Gertrude Hurst, Michelle Taylor Band, Van Zant, Marlon James. So there's year 2. Year 3, this was kind of fun. This is when my sister came in and started doing hula hoops. So that's a picture of her. And what else did we end up doing? We had the balloon fairies. We had the hula hoops. We hadn't started building the hula hoops to give away to the kids yet, but Jessica was down there playing with all the kids. So there's 2017. 2018, very first beer garden done by Skagit River Brewery. This is when we started bringing in the Disney princesses, which is really cool. Jessica added to her little entertainment thing and added bubbles, not just the hula hoops. This was the year we had, let's see, Fat James, Prozac Mountain Boys. So, really all local bands for sure. 2019, see more Disney princesses. You can see here how the crowd is growing. At this point, it's about 3 times as many people as that first slide I showed you. Yeah, this is when we brought in the Disney characters. And then this is the first year that we started doing raffle prizes. So with our sponsorships, the funds from the sponsors go to the music and the sound guy and for advertising. The raffle, what we were doing is collecting donations or get items to raffle off from community members. And then what we were originally doing is taking that money and we're finding a nonprofit to also support. So we've supported everybody from Fostering Together to Helping Hands to the swing down at the park, the wheelchair accessible swing to, there's been quite a few different nonprofits that we've helped support by $1 raffles. Sales. Average raffle sales, we usually make about $2,000 over a 4-week period. And so that's pretty cool. Okay, so then we had COVID. So we didn't get to do the concert series for the next couple of years. So I just thought I'd throw it out here real quick. I try not to focus on the vendors. I try not to focus, I try to keep focus on all the on the sponsorships, but I thought I'd go ahead and just show some of the really yummy food that we've had and continue to have. So, yep, burgers, Kona Ice we've had out there. Queen Bee is no longer, about probably 90% of those groups up there right now went out of business during COVID. And then it was a couple of years there where it was hard to find more vendors because the trucks were all gone. Here's a couple of the vendors. Also, of course, the raffle prize donors. So we've had a lot of people come through. I do not allow more than 6 vendor booths any year. I don't want it to turn into a vendor show. I want to focus on the music. But it's nice to have a couple, some food options, and then a couple just local artists. They also, I get them down from the. We're good friends from the farmers market, so they're well known. And all those kids need freeze-dried candy. That's kind of important. We try to get some kid-owned businesses up there. I just try to, support local, support small, and I rotate them each week. Just so there's about 4 or 5. Hula hoops is coming back this year. So we kind of took a hiatus from the hula hoops. My sister injured her back, so she's not hooping as much anymore. She won't be doing at the performances, but we are going to build the hula hoops again. We usually make, gosh, anywhere between 100, sometimes 150 of them. We store them up. We take a quarter of them to the park each week, throw them out in the field for the kids to play with, and then they get to take them home when they're done. So that's always a lot of fun. So I got a Monday or a Wednesday night here in the next few weeks, probably after graduation and stuff, and I'll put a notice out and we'll just have a party in my parking lot, and we get to teach you guys how to make hula hoops. It's a lot of fun. Okay, then we came back, 2022. This is when we had lots of food, more hula hoops, lots of kids games. Some of our sponsors decided to be vendors, so we had like Savvy Bank, and they would bring all kinds of games for the kids and that type of thing. And yeah, we had lots of great bands, more bubbles. There's a picture of my sister there. Oh, you're blocking Carl. This was the year Carl came to my rescue. I ended up with COVID. The night before the very first concert, and I'll tell you what, I was freaking out, and he just jumped in, and I think you emceed one week, and then the next week did up burgers, and then we basically just whatever you can afford, and we actually made a lot of money off of just here's a burger, whatever you can do. So we should do that again, Carl. So I got some great girl pictures of Carl. 2023, this was a good year too. The beer garden grew. Had the charity raffle again. So here's just some pictures. You can kind of see in the background here how large the crowd is getting if you're looking through the beer garden and down the hill. At this point, we're probably 15 times the amount of people that we had that first week. Trying to find nonprofits, if we need another food vendor, we've been trying to bring in like a swim team, or we've got the Eagles or Rotaract came in and did burgers too. So, I'd like to keep things local, nonprofit as possible. As possible. I don't want to bring in people from Tacoma to do vending and food and that type of stuff. Any food trucks, anything like that that's available, it's here, it's local, and more than 50% of them are raising funds. I do not charge the vendors. They give us stuff to donate to raffles and that type of stuff in exchange. And the fact that I don't charge them makes it so that I don't actually have to, they're responsible for all their permits, all their fees with the cities. I mean, I don't touch that. They have to have all that in line just to even show up. And then last year, I decided, well, I haven't been seeing a lot of Rotarians, jump in. So I'm going to make this year all about Rotary. And boy, did we. 2024. So we ended up having a booth. This was great. We set it up so we had the wheels. I want to thank you, everybody that helped me get those wheels down to the stage every single week. Those things are huge. And then, just the colors. We had a booth. We had Rotarians coming from all over the district to come down and help. So, we've got from Surrey and Langley. We've got lots of different Rotarians that came down, a lot of them sharing information about their foundation projects as well. And we were just there at the table to tell the community about what Rotary was. And I think we really, really did reach a lot of people and just got our name out there. So it was nice to be able to just focus on the group and remind the community that this wouldn't have happened without, our local club. So it's probably going to be cut off a little bit. I think I got everybody, but here's a list of sponsors that have jumped in and helped us fund the show over the last 10 years. So again, like I said, when I reach out to sponsorships, that money is going just to band bookings. It's going to sound production and advertising. There's local businesses that are sponsors. You fellow Rotarians, I mean, you guys are the ones that got the show started off by helping me out. We were getting a tax lodging grant from the city there for a little while. We're not getting that right now. And the community members and other nonprofits that have all pitched in. Even the Eagles Club, I think, is coming in and sponsoring this year. So I just appreciate everybody. You know, the costs don't really fluctuate a whole lot. I'd love to pay the bands a little bit more, and the sound guy is going to be raising his prices here soon, but he's held his prices strong, the same cost for 10 years, and he knows what he's doing. So this is where I kind of fell asleep and to get too much further. I did want to put up here, you know, a picture of everybody that's been out there and has helped me, you know, whether it's selling raffle tickets or, you know, carrying equipment down there, just being there for support for me, you know, helping set up and tear down and making sure the park is clean. I wanted to recognize our caregivers down there for the park because they are absolutely amazing. I love them to death, and they do such an amazing job keeping that park up. And then I had a great couple of pictures too of both Pola and Phil Mihalik all hanging out, and I think they had a beer in their hand, whatever. You know, down at the park, but I didn't get a chance to get that up there either. So I just want to thank everybody again for anybody that's donated. Last year, we estimated probably close to 3,000 people in one day, one night. If you think about it, the parking lot area where they have the carnival, the grass, all cars were parked all the way back to the ball fields, and they were parked across the street. So that just tells you how big this is getting. And if you're looking for sponsorship opportunities, I know that everybody has asked all the time for sponsorships, but I will tell you, and this is my plug right here, is that if you ever want exposure, I don't know where you're going to find more people to get that other than from this event. So, you know, there's lots of music in the park. We all work together. We share band contact information, and none of us do it on the same night. So, you know, we all work well together to make sure that the community has great music every night of the week, no matter what time you're in Skagit. So, short and sweet. All right, I think that was the last one. Yep.
All right. Who all helped build that amphitheater back in the day? I remember it was one of my first years in the club, and I would get down there, and John Hunter, he would look at me and say, there's some wire around the rebar that you could tie. Why don't you take some photos? That was his favorite thing. So I know that we have photos, and I'm sure they're probably in Club Runner. Yeah, so that was a fun project. So we do probably need a little extra help picking up the chairs and the tables today because we have the 4 or 5 extras. Carl, yes? Mm-hmm. And if you haven't had a chance to go to one of the concerts on Sunday nights, it's a lot of fun. Take your lawn chair out. It's great to go and buy some food from some of the vendors, the rotor actors. It's a lot of fun I love seeing everyone out there. So it's a great time. Yeah. And go and help, and anything that we can do, Kris, just let us know. All right. Show up. All right. Thanks so much for we're ending on time. So for your time, thanks.